Okay, welcome to another personal introduction. This one is about the lighter side of what the Acts 2:16 series is about. The darker side, as you can probably tell, is about more about the tribulation period, whereas the lighter side is more about what happens after tribulation, after Armageddon, and when things begin again during the 1,000 years of peace. During that series, we're going to be talking about basically what's going on in society, the rebuilding of society, the rebuilding of the world, the rebuilding of the planet. And that basically starts with you and I, and all the other believers who want to leave heaven and come back down here and build a new society. Help the survivors of Armageddon, the flesh and blood people, the remnant of humanity that will have survived Armageddon. We'll be helping them to establish a new society in a world that will be rebuilding itself, in a planet that will be rebuilding itself. After everything is burnt out, it's going to start to grow again. And as you can tell, or as you know, with every forest that is burnt out, the new life that comes is even better than it was before. And I believe the same thing is going to happen with the planet Earth after Armageddon. But this is just an introduction to the series. The series will speak about not only what's happening with the planet itself, but the rebuilding of society, the different kinds of beings that will be on the planet, as well as just exactly what we're going to be doing for those 1,000 years of peace. As I had mentioned, the different kinds of beings that will be the natural human beings, the flesh and blood people, the redeemed believers who are in heaven, who come down, whose names are written in the Lamb's Book of Life. They will have their regenerated bodies, and they can come back down to earth and have their own piece of land, build up their own house, build up their own property, whatever it is that they want to do, what they've always wanted to do. And as well, since the planet will be filled with the knowledge of God, with the presence of God, He won't be hidden as He is now. We'll be completely aware of Him. Everybody will be aware that there is a God. And since that's going to be happening, there will be no reason for the angels to hide. So I believe on the planet, during the 1,000 years of peace, the three kinds of beings that will be roaming around the place are the redeemed, the natural human beings, as well as the angels. And as I mentioned earlier as well, the society that's going to be going on. The central location, the capital of the world, capital of the planet, will of course be Jerusalem. And of course, once the East Gate is open, that's where our Lord is going to be passing through, and He's going to be setting up His throne there. So at any time during the 1,000 years of peace, if you want to go speak to Jesus, you can just go. Just hop on over there and just talk to Him. He'll be available, make Himself available to everybody. He won't be up in heaven ruling creation from there. He can do it from His throne in Jerusalem, in the Holy City. And in regards to the regenerated, since we will have our resurrection bodies, and since the Bible tells us that they're going to be just like the one that Jesus had, we also will be able to do the same things that He did. That being, as recorded in the Bible, He can travel at the speed of thought. He can move Himself from this place to that place just by thinking about it. So we'll be able to do the same thing too. We can think our way around the planet. If we want to be at home in North America, we're there. If we want to go over to Jerusalem, think ourselves, boom, instantly we're there. If we want to think ourselves back into heaven, to be in that city, boom, we're there. Or it can be any way you want. Again, the Father gives good gifts. If you want a sparkly disappearance and a sparkly reappearance like on Star Trek, you could have that too if you wanted. Either way, we won't be bound by the physical laws of nature. As Jesus was able to control the physical laws of nature, i.e. Rearranging the quantum and molecular structure of water, changing it into wine, making fish appear out of nothing, and all the other things that He did, controlling the quantum nature of water by having Himself walk on it. We'll be able to do the same thing too. We won't be bound, like I said, by the physical laws of nature. We could control gravity, i.e., you could fly if you wanted to, or you could float yourself around, or do whatever you wanted. Our resurrection bodies will allow us to enjoy the taste of food, but we'll never need to eat. We'll never go hungry. We'll never starve to death. We will never need to sleep, but we can rest and enjoy relaxation if we want to. And many other things that we'll have a fun time doing during the 1,000 years of peace. And just a quick mention before I wrap this up, there will of course be the natural line of people, the flesh and blood people, those who have survived Armageddon. Their children and great-grandchildren will be the ones that live through the 1,000 years of peace, and at the end we'll have to go through a final time of temptation, a final time of testing the flesh, so that those who are susceptible to using their free will to choose to break the rules, to disobey God, they will be dispensed with. They will be removed from the rest of creation after Judgment Day. And those who know that they can choose wrong, but choose to do good, choose to do God's will, they will, of course, be ushered into the eternal kingdom, which happens after the 1,000 years of peace, which happens after Judgment Day. And that will be the time when heaven and earth are combined. God brings a city down, sits it on the face of the planet, and he lives on the planet in the same way that his son is doing, so that we can have access to the Father, come face to face with him anytime in the holy city after the 1,000 years of peace. Anyway, we'll go into greater detail as the series progresses. This is it for now. We'll talk to you later, and I hope you enjoy the dramatized series of this commentary, The 1,000 Years of Peace. And I hope the darker side isn't too scary. I'm not trying to use fear tactics. I'm not trying to scare people into heaven. I'm not trying to scare the hell out of people, if I could be so punny. This is mainly just my interpretation of the Bible, my commentary on what I believe the Bible is saying, and I hope that it encourages people to help them to see that there's more to life than this planet that we're struggling with now, and that there's a lot of gifts coming. There's a lot that the Father has in store for us, a lot of really cool things. And I hope that these series, especially the light side, about the 1,000 years of peace and the time of eternity, I hope that will be a source of encouragement to let people know that heaven is not boring. We're not just going to be sitting on clouds, strumming harps and stroking our wings, and anything that the world has pictured heaven as being. It's anything but boring. We've got a lot of cool stuff coming. We just have to make it through the struggles of this life. Okay, hope you enjoyed the series. Thanks for sticking around, and we'll talk to you later. See ya.